Hey, everybody, welcome to another Job Search Daily with a focus on technology. Today, we've got a good one with Grammarly. Grammarly is one of these software as a service companies or SaaS companies. Grammarly helps people with spelling difficulties, with grammar difficulties, and people that just already spell amazingly and write amazingly, but just wants to give them that extra professional edge. I use Grammarly myself. I've been a customer of Grammarly for, I don't know, maybe going on 2 years now, maybe even three. So Grammarly came on the scene recently, and I think it's a good company. Generally, these spell checks and these grammar checks, they came with a lot of softwares and came with your Microsoft Offices and all of that stuff. But for some reason, these softwares that come from companies like Grammarly, they're just a little bit more intuitive, a little bit more easier to use, and you're better able to connect them with your handheld device or your iPad and of course your laptop. So they work a little bit more seamlessly instead of jumping onto a Microsoft Office document and then typing in your sentence to figure out whatever mistakes that you might have and like the grammar errors with that sentence. This thing integrates directly into whatever app you're using at the moment. For example, if you're on social media and you're writing out a sentence, it integrates directly into there and corrects your spelling, corrects your grammar. It's very interesting. It filled a void in the industry in the sense that these sort of like word processor type applications or softwares, they did not anticipate or they did not expect the explosion of all of these communication apps or foresee the explosion of all these communication apps. We've always communicated through traditional means, starting, of course, with regular mail. Then we went to email, and then some of these emails have integrated spell checks and all of that stuff and grammar checks. But we have now so many different applications on our individual phones that require spell checks, grammar checks, and just sentence restructuring so that you look intelligent when you're communicating. I guess a lot, if you look in the comment section of a lot of different social medias, it just, or even just communication between colleagues, you can tell that there is no spell check, no grammar check integrated in there. And with Grammarly, you're able to integrate those into all of the different applications across a wide variety of different needs and apps, and you're able to get that professional looking and professional sounding document when you send it out to your colleagues or when you're just talking to your friends. So, Grammarly is offering this business development representative opportunity with their organization. And Grammarly, they say that they're generally a remote company. I'll read the description to you. It says here, Grammarly is excited to offer a remote first hybrid work model. When I looked at that, I'm like, what the heck is remote first hybrid or working on a model? I've noticed a trend of a lot of companies trying to walk back their remote models from the pandemic, and a lot of them went remote, and then now they're trying to get you to go back to work. That has not completely worked, and now they're saying hybrid, and now you got this language, remote first hybrid working model. So I had to read this whole job description and get an understanding of what that means. And basically what it means is they prefer remote as the primary mode of work, but for some roles or most roles, they would like you to be in the office 2 to 4 weeks a quarter. A quarter is 3 months. So 2 to 4 weeks out of 3 months, they want you to come into either San Francisco, Kiev, New York, Vancouver, or Berlin, or Krakow, Poland to work in the office. Now, I'm not sure about Kiev, what's going on there right now. That's in Ukraine. And we know that what's happening with Ukraine and Russia, not so good right there. But I would imagine they're working around that. Let's go down the list and look at this opportunity. So the opportunity, every day, tens of millions of people and 50,000 professional teams worldwide trust Grammarly AI and human expertise to help ideate, compose, revise, and comprehend communication. Yeah, that's basically a very nice way, or a very, what would be the word? A very complicated way of just saying they have a really nice AI spell check and grammar check that is very useful across multiple devices and multiple teams. Yeah, it is AI, and it is it AI really? A lot of things are calling themselves AI, but they're not really AI. But we're not gonna go down that road. So let's continue. Your impact in this role. To achieve our ambitious goals, we're looking for a business development representative to join our corporate sales team. You will be a founding member of our team, evolving our new commercial sales motion using creative plays and tapping into our user base. So when they say like a founding member, Grammarly is somewhat of a new company. They've been around for not very long, and they're not completely new, but they've been around for a few years. So I guess maybe you would be a founding member. I guess they could say that. Your impact. As a business development representative, you will have an extraordinary opportunity to contribute to the expansion of Grammarly's development enterprise products and support the company's growth goals. In this role, you will qualify leads and sales opportunities through cold calls and emails. So they have an existing book of clients, and I think it was saying up here 50,000 professional teams and tens of millions of individual users. And so you're going to use that list of clients and then, of course, a list of your own or company supplied contacts. And then you're going to go out and call those contacts and set up relationships. So qualify leads as sales opportunities through cold calls and emails. Work closely with sales, marketing, product, and customer support to execute Grammarly's business-to-business market strategy for pipeline generation and new logo acquisition. They use a lot of interesting words. New logo acquisition. I'm guessing that a logo is just a new company. I don't know why they would use that to describe this, but whatever. I guess it's just they're trying to seem very hip and different in the language that they speak because they're a language type company. Initiate contacts with prospects through outbound and inbound efforts. Outbound efforts, as it said above, and I said earlier in another vlogs, is when you call clients. Inbound efforts is when clients already have a relationship, or either they've taken it upon themselves to contact the company and set up like a meeting with the company, and you have to go out and sell the client. So that's an inbound effort. Help build a fun, high energy environment on sales teams and across the organization. Uncover prospects' business challenges and identify relevant new business opportunities. Manage pipeline and record all activities with leads and opportunities. We're looking for someone who embodies our eager values, ethical, adaptable, gritty, empathetic, and remarkable. Is able to collaborate in person 2 weeks per quarter. We talked about that. Traveling, if necessary, to hub where the team is based. Has hands-on sales experience. Has experience building and executing multi-touch sequences. So multi-touch sequences is just when you set up a pattern of how often you want to reach out to a client. So for example, you're running an email campaign. We've all received these sort of somewhat automated emails from these companies. They will contact you every week at the same time or randomly, but none of that stuff is random. It's all programmed. And every time they send you an email and you open it, that's a touch. Sometimes you might not even open it. It's still considered a touch because you'll see the email come in. You'll remember, oh, Grammarly. Oh, yes, Grammarly. I have to get back to them or consider purchasing their product. It keeps the product top of mind at the point when the client is ready to make a buying decision. They might consider going with Grammarly as opposed to another AI-based spell checking and writing software. All right. So has experience building and executing multi-touch sequences. Is not afraid to jump on call to break the ice and create a bond. Isn't fazed by hearing no and has a strong work ethic. Can flawlessly communicate in English, both written and spoken. Is open to feedback and coaching. All right. So let's get down to the money. Compensation and benefits. Grammarly offers all team members competitive pay along with benefits package. Grammarly offers all team members competitive pay along with a benefits package encompassing the following and more. Excellent healthcare, including a wide range of medical, dental, vision, and mental health and fertility benefits. Okay. Fertility benefits. Maybe that's egg freezing or something like that if you can't have a baby or you waited a little too long. Disability and life insurance options. 401k and RRSP matching. 401k, you know what that is as an American. RRSPs are the Canadian equivalent of paid parental leave. 20 days of paid time off per year, 11 days of paid holidays per year, and unlimited sick days. That is nice. That is a good time off package. Home office stipends. So if you need to get that ergonomic chair or that standing desk, they're going to give you something to compensate you for purchasing that stuff. Caregiver and pet care stipends. Okay. So you need to put Fido into maybe a kennel while you're away in Kiev or in San Francisco or in Krakow, Poland. You can put Fido in the kennel. Wellness stipends. So if you need a massage or to go see a therapist every few weeks, they're going to pay for that. Admission discounts. Not sure what that is. Learning and development opportunities. So if you want to take a course to better yourself, to become a better salesperson, better in your position in some way, they will take care of that. All right. So getting further into the pay. Grammarly takes a market-based approach to compensation, which means base pay may vary depending on the location. Our US and Canada locations are categorized into compensation zones based on each geographic region, cost of labor index. For more information about the compensation zones and locations where we currently support employment, please refer to this page. If the location of interest is not listed, please speak with a recruiter for additional information. Base pay may vary considerably depending on job-related knowledge, skills, and experience. The expected salary ranges for this position are outlined below by compensation zone and may be modified in the future. Okay. On-target earnings for this role by compensation zone are outlined below and may be modified in the future. This is where the confusion about this job kind of came in for me. It has zones 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then it goes from 85,000 to 100,000, all the way down in zone 4, 74,000 to 87,000. I'm just obviously guessing if you live in San Francisco, you're in zone 1, or if you live in Toronto, Canada, you're in zone 1. Or if you live in Vancouver, Canada, you're in zone 1. You need more money to be able to function there. The funny thing is, as a Canadian myself, they say US dollars. I can almost guarantee you that these don't translate. So 85,000 to 100,000 US dollars. When you convert that over to Canadian dollars, I think it's something like, for every American dollar, it's like $1.30 or $1.35, something like that, or let's say $1.30. And so when you convert this kind of money, it does not translate. They always end up paying Canadians less. An equivalent, it wouldn't even be like $100,000, it would be less. But I digress. I feel sorry for you Canadians. You guys always get shafted. So these salaries here, the explanation behind the salary was a little bit confusing. They show you the ranges, like I said, and then it says the expected on-target earnings for this role by compensation zone are outlined below and may be modified in the future. And then they give the amount, and it says sales only. Commissions are 35% of the total on-target earnings. Usually how it works is on-target earnings are points that you hit in your sales journey. So for example, if you're supposed to do a certain amount of touches every day on clients, you're supposed to set up a certain amount of meetings, those all factor into your on-target earnings. They're little points that you hit that, for example, the human resource or your manager or whoever is managing your performance, they're going to see, is this person hitting on these particular sales touches or sales points? And if you hit on those things, all go towards your on-target earnings. So if your job is set up meetings with clients and not necessarily to sell them, but set up meetings, then the amount of meetings that you set up is part of your OTE. And then of course your commission is on top of that generally. But the way that they explain it is confusing. It says here, commissions are 35% of the total on target earnings. I wasn't sure exactly what they were meaning by all of this. So instead of trying to figure it out from their website, I just went to Glassdoor and I got the average salary for somebody doing business development representative at Grammarly. All right. So looking at the salary here, it says $92,000 to $154,000 is the total range of the salary, including base plus additional pay. It says here the estimated total pay for the business development representative at Grammarly is $118,000 on average per year. So that the range, like I said, 92 to 154. If you go right down the middle, the average person is around $118,000. The number represents the median, which is the midpoint of the ranges for the proprietary total pay estimate model and based on the salaries collected by our users. The estimated base pay is $75,000 per year. I'm guessing that's America/Canada wide. The additional pay is $42,292 a year. Additional pay could include bonus, stock, commission, profit sharing, and tips. I'm sure they don't get tips in this position. The most likely range represents the value that exists within the 25th and 75th percentile of all pay data available for this role. So now we have a little bit more of a clearer picture of what a business development representative gets paid at Grammarly. So you can go in there armed with more knowledge so that you can negotiate a better pay. So that is the position for today that I found you. Grammarly Business Development Representative. Grammarly is a company that I really like and I find very useful. And hopefully you find these, what do I call them? Inspirational job listings, postings, opportunities. You can use these as a jump off point to start your job search, get an idea of the companies out there that have, I guess you would say, somewhat of an easier barrier to entry. A lot of them, they're not even asking for degrees. They're asking for you to have a good attitude, to go out there and to be able to hit sales targets, set up relationships, and be able to deliver. Position like this is a business development representative position. How do you get an edge on being able to apply for a position and be considered above the other people applying for a position like this? Like I said, they're not asking for a degree, but they are asking for you to have a background and knowledge in cold calling, cold emails. They're asking for you to have knowledge and a background in B2B market strategy, pipeline generation, and getting new clients. So how do you learn that? I would recommend taking a course in technology sales where they teach you the BDR role. So Course Careers, they offer a BDR training course. They call it tech sales, but it's training in a business development role or what's called an SDR role. So if you go to Course Careers, go to coursecareers.com. I have a link at the bottom in the description. You can also find the link pinned to the top in the comment section. Click on that link and you can get $50 off the already amazing price of $499. And so you can get that course for $449. You can finish the course in 8 weeks. A lot of people can finish it in as little as 2 weeks, and some people finish it in 4, and some people take longer. You can finish it in 12 or even 8 months or a year. Like I said, the course is an average of 8 weeks. There are right now 200,000 tech sales job openings at any given moment nationwide. But if you're talking about tech sales and business development are basically the same. It's just tech sales is focused a little bit more specifically on technology. Grammarly is a technology company, so they're a software as a service company. So this is really in line. It just depends on what you want to call the role. Grammarly calls it business development representative, but it is tech sales. So there are 200,000 different positions open at any given time. But if you broaden that out, you can add in another 200,000 or 300,000 positions, depending on what the title of the job is business development, sales development role. They're very similar, doing the same thing. The average starting salary for somebody coming out of this course is approximately $70,000 a year. And of course, you can make more with commissions bonus and, of course, your stock purchase plans and sometimes stock options. So that's it for today. Click on the link in the description and or either in the comment section, get yourself the $50 off. And if you have any questions or comment, leave them in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer them. Until next time, everybody, take care.